This is a 1961. You can see it's quite tatty, but then again, it's not really. Such is life, isn't it? This is what a magazine was like in 1961. I'm just throwing these into the 1962 pile, I think. See, it's very, that's a separate one. That's one magazine. Oops. This is a very tatty one. Yeah. You know, it's tatty, you know, there might be some use out of it. First page is unreadable, isn't it? Obviously totally ruined, that one. But there might be a little bit of joy to be had out of it for somebody. Might. A little bit unlikely, but still. I still like throwing anything away. Yeah, okay. 1961. Scrap, really, obviously. And that's just a supplement, I think. I'm not always going to that. Again, you know, tatty. But I'm just throwing these in with the 1962 ones, which are better than this. See, that might be interesting to somebody. That would be worth framing, couldn't it, possibly? You never know. Too many names there I'm not likely to be familiar with. Helen Shapiro, she went to school with Mark Bowen, didn't she, apparently? Same school as Mark Bowen, anyway. Right. That's not bad. See, that page is quite interesting, isn't it? That would make a nice frame picture. Okay, put these back. So those are all the 1961 ones I've got. Just been thrown in with the 1962 ones. For January 1962. I don't have time to go through them all, so I'm just going to give it a decent look, then move on. Eden Kane. Can't pretend to be familiar with Eden Kane, showing my lack of knowledge there. Comancheros, I suppose you pronounce that. Petula Clark, I'm counting on you. Unfortunately, these have been folded. A lot of them haven't been folded, but just to... sorry, torn that. Mind you, I think it probably already was torn. You don't realise until you start manhandling these things. Yes, this one's been torn before. It's best you know. Let's go back a step and check the others that I've just put to one side. Check that one. Check in case these are torn as well. No. Right. Just being sure. So you don't get any nasty surprises. I mean, you're bound to get little things like that, little bits of writing occasionally that the previous owner thoughtfully put on for our benefit. So it's all history, isn't it? This one. Okay, not torn, but they are a bit fragile. You do have to handle them with a bit of care. I'm sorry I'm not letting you view these too well, but the camera is in a funny position for me to get to. Dorothy Provine. Never heard of her. Showing my ignorance. Pat Boone. There's a care there, you see. Well, other people don't make videos to show you this, do they? They don't go through every page. So at least I'm giving you this opportunity. Letting you see what you're going to see inside. You can't read it obviously because of the video quality, but It's a 1080p camera, but it's not good enough to zoom in and actually read anything. But you can see, you know, it's tatty, you know, but readable. So these are January 1962, sorry, Billboard, Music Week. I'm sure if some of these pages are worth framing. Copying worth framing. Copying to preserve them, really. Because, well, we know paper. Well, you know, you wouldn't want to destroy the magazine, really, would you, to extract a copy. You'd rather extract a copy than destroy a magazine to frame a particular image. That was January 1961. February 1961. Bobby V. Jimmy Dean, the Cajun Queen. Bonnie Lewis joins the Valley. Bunny Lewis, sorry. Adam Faith. I'm always tempted to sing the songs, but my voice can empty a pub in 2 minutes at karaoke, which is why I don't do it. I'll tidy it up after. Carl Denver, Paul Anka, Jimmy Dean, Chubby Checker, Ricky Price, Dorothy Squires, Cliff Richard, Young Ones Becomes Millionaire, pun. Duke Earl, Kenny Ball, Russ Conway. Okay, that's not a bad condition one, considering it's been folded, but you know, it's not in bad condition considering. Not torn. Ring-a-ding Girl, Ronnie Carroll. Well, that's been torn, hasn't it? Not by me. Russ Conway, just that page. It's not until we show you this that you discover. Here's a kit. Oh, can't roll my eyes. Your life story is very interesting. You can find it on YouTube. I could recommend that. Matt Monroe. Paul Anka. It's a shame these are all being folded, but then again, I don't suppose. Oh, I like that. Gene Pitney. That is a good one. I like that. Now that is worth framing, isn't it? Yes. If the scanner was running, I would scan it now. Bobby V writes about Cliff. Ruby Murray. All these names are. Oh, Ruby Murray Curry. That's where the Cockney rhyme into slang thing comes. More Bobby V. Too many things to mention as I'm passing. Troy Shundell. Bobby Rydell. There you go. So, put these back. That was February 1962. March 1962. What have I said there? Oh, it says there are two printed. It says there are two March the 3rd, but they're different copies, so they've misdated them. Okay. Interesting little printing error there then. Cleo Lane, Waiting for Johnny to Come Home. Billy Fury's Gamble. Craig Douglas. Princess requests a song from Cliff Richard. Oh, Buddy Holly. Looks like an interesting article about Buddy Holly. When did he die? Roy Orbison thanks Pat Boone for his disc fame. Interesting Roy Orbison article. Very respected artist, of course, Roy Orbison. Next, well, you can recognise the names yourself, the faces yourself. Cliff, Ronnie Carroll, Jimmy Dean, is it the same as James Dean? John Layton, Adam Faith, Palladium, Cliff, The Shadows, Bobby V, Allison's, Shadows Reserve Stock Pays Off. Okay, not bad condition considering. The White Rose of Athens. There's 5 copies in this movie. Oh, that's Nana Muscuri. Helen Shapiro, Everly Brothers, Dorothy Provine, Elvis Presley, Mayfield Manager's Life Story, The King of Folk Balladeers, Bernard Cribbins. Oh, he died recently, didn't he? Why I Became a Beatnik. Okay, again, that wasn't too fragile, that was alright. Brenda Lee, the much loved Brenda Lee. Shadows, Miss Dynamite's on her way. Pat Boone, Palladium again. Gene Vincent starts with his 7th tour. Helen's getting another charm for her bracelets. Danny Williams, Del Shannon. You want to read these articles, don't you, really? So hopefully I'm just tempting you a little bit by letting you have a sneak preview of what you could be reading. And so you get, if these sell for 10-15 quid, you know, you're getting your money's worth really in reading time, because a modern magazine. Imagine if you could walk into a W.H. Smith British Stationers and still buy these. You wouldn't resent paying 15-20 quid for them. And these have got history. These are the real deal. They're not reprints. We all know him. Okay, so March, April 1962. Cliff Richard. I was 4 years old and I'm 65 now. Patty Lynn, Angel, Jimmy Justice, Elvis Presley. Too many names to read out, but sorry, I just keep talking through this, but might as well. Echo, dance set record players, who we'll all remember them. Paul Anka, Bruce Almost #1 again. Craig Douglas. Okay, a decent copy. It's Trad Dad, Craig Douglas. Brenda Lee, Jerry Angelo, Sammy Davis Jr., David Old Twist, Francis K. British LPAs, Everly Brothers, article there. Hofner Guitars, No Ruts for Lonnie Donegan. It's Matalot, I don't know how you pronounce that. Donna Douglas. Johnny Burnett, Clap Hands, Here I Come. Here you come. Helen Shapiro, Late Johnny Layton. Shadows When Gold Disc, Provine, Bassie and Big Ed. Neil Sedaka. Cliff, Shadows, Helen, Billy, Adam, Give Thrill of a Lifetime. Yes. You know, this might be the first time these have been looked through since 1960. Seriously, since 1962. Isn't that weird to think? The last person who thumbed through these was probably in 1962. Vera Lynn sings The Day After Tomorrow. Might as well sing today. I'm going to clip your wings, Frankie Vaughan. Give me the moonlight. Springfields, You Will Like Adam. Adam Faith. Somebody Quits the Shadows, Chubby Checker, Billy Fury. Danny Williams, Shirley Bassey. Sorry I'm not stopping to read all the names out, but My mouth goes dry if I talk too much. Hadn't stopped me so far, otherwise it'd been a chatterbox. Oh, Elvis and Cliff. They love doing that, don't they? Putting them versus one another. As if they really were on a par. Frankie Vaughan, I'm going to clip your wings again. Elvis, Billy, Cliff, Sinatra, Acapella, Stranger on the Shore, Wins Gold Disc. That's a fantastic one, Stranger on the Shore. Jerry Lee, Norman Vaughan. Oh, I forgot Norman Vaughan on the Palladium. Advertising Rosie's Chocolates. Sinatra joins the Twisters. Advertisements for trumpets. Not a bad copy. Eden Kane. I could do with listening to some Eden Kane just so we get to know why he was so special. Elvis Presley recording secrets. Jovial Jimmy Savile. Oh, proves it pays to be crazy. Well, Brits know too much about Jimmy Savile now. The less said the better, I suppose. Lonely City. Adam Faith, Aladdin at Bournemouth. Sammy Davis Jr. talks to town. Chris Hutchins. Adam Faith sentenced to death. That's a bit worrying. Not a rocker. Helen and Matt ready for toughest test. Steve Perry. Yeah, I bet some of these people would love to see that if they're still around. Oh, Jess Harris, that's a great picture. I like that. Cool image. Oh, sorry, the light's falling down. Oh dear. Try again. Try again. Okay. Right, carry on. Cliff says ballads are best. Cliff Shadows, blah 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 blah. The actor singer Johnny Layton. I'm holding these at a decent angle for you to see. The camera and light, Jimmy Justice, are in an awkward place for me to reach over. Shirley Bassey. Oh, you'd never think she had such a big voice, would you? Frank Sinatra, Always Welcome. I bet he has Jeff and Dwayne, Eddie. Hot versions of cool songs by Billy and Bobby. Cliff Shadows and Modern Panto at Palladium. Oh, that went on at Palladium, didn't it? London. Nice things have been happening to Helen. Have you ever seen the Palladium? When you get close up, it looks tiny from outside. You'd never think it was such a famous theatre. There we go. And that was May 1962, so I would have been, and my birthday is in May, so what would I have turned in May 62? 4 years old, yes. Elvis. Elvis. London reunion for Frank Sinatra and Nelson Riddle. Sinatra Scoops for single and album. Too many. Tony Meehan, Judy Garland. Matt Monroe, Sinatra Strings. Joe Brown goes posh. Can't believe that. Thought that was a little tear. It's not. It's just a mark. The river runs dry, Vince Hill. Ooh, interesting amplifier. Talent contest. Your chance to become a recording star. Is it too late to enter? Eden Kane. Jimmy Crawford. Ain't that funny? Jimmy Justice. Richard Faith v. Joey Brown. Second Acapella film. Plan for Winter. Mr. Nashville. Michael London. Stranger on the Shore. That's Acapella. Joe Brown. I'm trying to remember the name. Joe Brown. Winnie's back. I don't know her. Cliff's Reaching Adventures. Jerry Angelo, Billy Fury, Jezebel. Exciting film plans for top pop artists and art to the wax second LP here. Royalty follows the trad fad. Now they follow all sorts of other fads. Bobby B makes a recovery with Sharing You. Sioux Indians. What's that all about? Number 1, Mike's song, Come Outside. Sounds like a threat, doesn't it? Oh, that competition again. The Shadows. I wonder if anybody actually entered that and became famous. The Shadows and Cliffs screamed at Ray Charles. I bet they did. Stranger on the Shore advertisement again. Jimmy Lloyd, True Love, Georgia Brown. Little Richard comes to Britain in October. Jimmy Rogers has English hits. Recording with Sinatra. Mike's song, Innocent Angel. Danny Williams, Frank Highfield, I Remember You. Sorry, I apologise for singing. The Pirates, the Shirelles sing. Another winner for Caribbean, Anne Shelton gets really with it. Acker's done it. Stranger breaks NME chart, long run record. Kenny Ball. All the girls are coming back. Union Square Dance. On Square Dancing. Okay. Right, let's put them back. Again, you can tell that, you know, I've had these for 10 years. I've taken ownership of these for 10 years. So I've tried to keep them in good, as best condition I could, putting them all in individual folders. And I know a lot of people don't bother with that. Just checking I'm still recording. Oh, I can't remember who he is. His name escapes me, Elvis. Echo, I'm worried about my discs. I still need hits. Freddie, Cannon with Shannon, Adam Faith, Joe Brown, Antavani, Helen Shapiro, Bernard Cribbins there. Yep, On Square Dance, Ray Charles, Advert. Well, that's a lovely pick, isn't it? Lena Martell. That could almost have been taken yesterday. Cliff's Secrets. Roses are red, violets are blue. I'm getting bored, so are you. I'm not really. Raving About Ray, Ray Charles. Tony Orlando, Chills. Bilk, 2 million stranger sales. He must have got rich out of that, obviously. Or his record company did, or his publisher. Pets, oh, whatever. That's too far. Mr. Academic. I do like that picture. Yeah, you could fall in love with that face, couldn't you? You wouldn't chuck her out of bed, wouldn't you? Billy Fury. The Crickets. Nat King Cole. What a merry old soul. A merry old soul was he. Jet Harris, Frankie Vaughan. Frankie Vaughan again. The recording moods of Bobby Darin. Oh, Bobby Darin. I never seen you loves him. Bobby Vinton. Yeah, that was a little bit more delicate and frayed around the edges, but it's alright though, you know. It's handleable. You have to be, you don't give them to a 3-year-old. Talent contest again. Elvis. Bert Whedon, oh yeah, I play guitar for Bert Whedon. Not personally, just in his book. John Barry, 7 in Film, Ricardo. Ray Charles, Frank Highfield, Craig Douglas, Joe Brown, Connie Francis, Joe Brown again there. There you go, so that was, put those back. That was July. Oh yeah, July 1962. So we're on to August. Petula Clark. I was in love with her when I was about 5 or 6. I bought a picture from, framed picture from August. Wish I still had it. Joe Brown. Ronnie Carroll Revelations. Chubby Checker. Ronnie Carroll again. Tony Allen. Cliff's Two-Sided Winner. Cliff and the Shadows. Helen Shapiro. Mother taught Ray Charles to cope with blindness. Life with Frank Highfield. Sometimes you get information out of these that you don't find in modern on the internet. Interesting story about I'll tell you the time actually. Yeah, Bashful Brian, top 10 hit again. Acapella, Kenny Ball, Alan Bruce, Adam Faith, Mike Sarn, Lena Horn, Cheney Bassey, Vaughan, can't remember his name. Dwayne Eddy, Escapes from Wilderness, Adam Faith, Kenny Ball. Yeah, again, half decent copy. Kenny Ball, So Do I. Cliff, Bonnie, Jet, Acker, Kenny, Bernard Cribbins, Cliff, Richards, Lonnie Donegan, Polka Dots yesterday. Getting a bad Mac. Brian Hyland, Cliff, Richard, Russ Conway, guest on Cotton Show. It'll be Marty with Strings on new label. After months of secret practice, Jet Harris is ready for his new solo debut. Best of Ball, Barber and Bilk. That's Bilk. Okay, that's not a bad copy. A little bit fragile, you know, but just have to be careful. Shadows Controversy, or Controversy. A bit of a controversy, I'd say controversy. Ronnie's Red Roses, Bloom, Storm Rages Around Shadows, new hit. Some Wonder Why. The Allisons, Sweet and Lovely. Blues, Chasing Women from Kenny Ball. Acapella, Cliff Richard on Ed Sullivan's TV show Top. If only they could see with the future, see what's coming in a year or two's time. And the Beatles on Ed Sullivan show. It was all that better for that Highfield smile. Connie will rock for Britain. Well, that's a nice picture, isn't it, as well, really. Shame about the foxing, but you know, still decent picture. Bobby Vinton. Such a common name. Rosie I Red, Billy Fury, Elvis. Oh, we got a tear there. Okay, folks, tear. Elvis was a film boxer. Barry Barnett, Frank Highfield, Craig Douglas. More outdoor fun from Gary Bonds. Handle with tear here. Yeah, all the pages got a little tear there, I'm afraid. Helen Shapiro in Top US TV show. Andy Stewart. Oh. Jimmy Rogers' latest switched labels. Ed Sullivan says Cliff Wright to avoid Oxford accent. Billy Fury dries the dishes and tells us how his happy life. Why are these all hitless here? Yes, this is a little bit ropey, you know, just a little bit tatty and torn, so if I remember, I could reduce the price a little bit for that one. Yeah, you see. There you go. Put them back. I'll put that underneath so it's less likely to get damaged. These were just notes I made for my own reference. I can't be bothered reading them because I had a different plan for these magazines 10 years ago. Everly Brothers, Frank Highfield, Ketty Lester, Carol King. Carol King? Didn't know she was about them. Of course she was. Little Eva, Susan Morn, Bobby's Girl. I wanna be Bobby's Girl. I remember singing that as a kid when I was a kid and my sister told me. I was saying that's a girl song. Bobby Down answers in up-tempo style. Freddie Cannon, Acapella. Freddie Cannon. Advertisement for drums there. £71 for Freddie Gordon Broadway drums. I'm not familiar with them. Your kind of record player. Fidelity, yeah, old one. I had a Fidelity record player. And it wasn't that hi-fi either. Frank Kelly, Send Me the Pillow That You Sleep On, I think. Dream On. Elvis versus Cliff again. Fight it out. Shadows and the Tornadoes meet. Shadows meet Tornadoes. Bobby Vinton, Ronnie Carroll. Pillow fight for 3. Taste of Honey. Joe Brown. Danny Williams in Panto. Pat Boone to start Palladium again. Russ Sainty. Alas, Del Shannon talks. House to Let. Presley shock. Stuck his finger in a plug socket. Right. Elvis May Never Come to Britain. Serenade. Jet Harris. The K Sisters. Fascinating Ray Charles. Rockabilly denies Big Christmas. Oh, Denver in Big Christmas shows. Del Shannon. What happened to the vocal groups? Neil Sedaka, Tony Newley, Anthony Newley, Tommy Rose, Holland. No time to read everything, I'm afraid. Yes, some nasty fox in there, I'm afraid. But Shirley Bassey, Cliff, Helen Shapiro, Bobby V, Vincent, I'm not sure. Del, Dion, Buzz in Person, 14 new Richard tracks, Cliff Richard tracks. Frankie Vaughan, Pounding Power, Hercules. Welcome back, Dion, Mark Murphy, Tommy Rowe, Sheila, Frank Highfield should strike gold soon. Shirley Bassey's third Australian tour set. Royal Ace Premier Drums. Nice snare drum there. That'll be worth about 2. Devil Woman, Marty Robbins. That's how it was used again, wasn't it? Kenny Lynch, Poof. What's that all about? Bobby Darren phones NME. Helen Shapiro, I think. Okay, and that was September. October, Frank Ifield. Now we've got a tear there, haven't we? We've got a rip in the middle. So can you see? We've got something stuck to the front of that little hole, okay? I think it's just that front page, I think. Have a look. Yeah, we've got a little tear there as well. So if you remind me, I can reduce the price just a bit. Bobby V. Question Time, Mark Winter. If only Ronnie Carroll, If Only Tomorrow. Railroad Blues, Stories by Peppy. Cliff Shadow's new One Night of Venues, major US stars. Shane Fenton, Little Richard. Keeps them guessing. Frank Ifield gets Royal Show fever. Al McCogan, Goodbye Joe. Joe Brown, don't take a minute. Well, that's asking for a joke, isn't it? Chance Gordon. Is he related to Flash Gordon, I wonder? Instant Love. That's what we all want. It's Sinatra Batty Tornadoes. Ray Charles. Susan's Entry Overdue. Lovesick Blues. Phil Everly will complete tour. Winter Stars. Start Crickets V added to musical. Presley. The Courage of Phil Everly. Frank Sinatra's London Made something or other. Dallas. Oh, we got a hole there, haven't we? We've got a little chunk taken out there. Don't know why. Wasn't me. It wasn't me. Good old Frank Sinatra and his trilby. Elvis. That's a nice Little Richard picture, isn't it? Brenda Lee, Gina, Johnny Mathis, thanks, Del Shannon, Joe Brown, Helen Shapiro, Frank Ifield, Sammy Davis Jr., Little Richard, Springfield, Little Eva comes to Highland D tour here. Hackers, The Four Seasons, Sherry. Is that the... I was going to try to sing it and embarrass myself. I won't. Sherry, in a very high voice. Mark Winter wants to act. Dates with Elvis. Radio Luxembourg advert. Still on 1962 still. Tornadoes and Tommy Rowe, Buddy Holly. Tornadoes. Your kind of record player Fidelity again. The Tornadoes playing a slap up do. Chris Jensen, Torture. Kenny Ball. Bobby Darin. Bobby V. Little Richard. Gene Vincent. Interesting pictures there. Charles Genius Bit is overrated. Harmonicas, I think. I'm not sure what are they selling chairs. Drum kits there. Dallas drum kits, I think. Calling All Cats on Radio Luxembourg. That was October 1962. October, November. Tony Osborne. Now he looks a bit of a smooth talking 7000 with his little moustache. What? 8 extra pages. You can tell all this is still a thick copy. So this one ought to be a little bit extra, but I suppose. Oh, except it's torn. Interesting E-type Jag. Ellipse tape. Bobby V. Confess you thought Kind of Love Would Be a Mess. Tear on that page too. Ken Dodd. Susan Thompson. Cliff Richard. Susan Moore. LBC Invincible. Interesting picture there. All the stars of the day. EMI Records. Kenny Ball. Yeah, some quite bad. Oh, yeah, the ends have got. This has become quite delicate here. The ends have got all kind of damaged in folio. I'm not going to mess it back in case it breaks off, but Brown and Joe Brown. Jet Harris. That's that. This page seems to be okay. That's an interesting image, possibly worth Raymond. Yeah, Everly Brothers there. Cliff Richard, Richard Chamberlain, Neil Christian. Okay. Coming up, Russ Conway. Poll winners 22. Elvis. Johnny Mattis. Joe Meek. Oh, Joe Meek. I've got a friend who loves Joe Meek. Yeah. Now that film is worth watching as well about Joe Meek. It's called Telstar. Tragic story. He never got paid for his hit Telstar. At the root there. Gary Paxton. Cliff, Shadows, Frank Ifield wins Poll Award. Johnny Tillotson. Too many names to try and, too many faces to try and recognise. Ackerbelt there, I think. The James Bond team, Dr. No. Too many faces there to name, apart from Elvis. Ronnie Carroll, If Only Tomorrow. Frank Ifield. Johnny Rose, new thingy. Bilk, Palladium, TV This Week. Susan Moore, Pat Boone. Craig Douglas. Ackerbilk again there. Richard Chamberlain, Alan Smith. Gina, Like I Do, Petula Clark, Matt Monroe, My Love and Devotion, Elvis Presley, Helen Shapiro, Marty Robbins, Chris Montez, Susan Morn, Jim Reeves, Bobby's Girl, got a little rip there again I'm afraid, on the front page, the next one as well. Bobby's Girl began on a boat trip. Brian Hyland looks ahead, Frank Highfield, yeah, another little rip there I'm afraid. Madison Step, Vote for Your Favourites. Oh, now cut out there, somebody's cut out a coupon to do with guitars there, so just bear that in mind. Okay. The Obie Joyfuls. Let's Dance proves, that's Chris Montez, isn't it? Helen Shapiro, Gina Mavis Rivers, yes, so bit of discount there on that one I think for Damage. Peter J and the Jaywalkers, Cliff hits out at Elvis, Rumour. Oh, they love to spread rumours, don't they? Gina, Johnny Mathis. Cliff slams out at Elvis, Snub, Lies. Was Ball, payoff, disc-wise. Sue Thompson, James. Second gold for Acker. Steals the star in big film musical. That's Tommy Seal, isn't it? Del Shannon's Swiss Maid Explodes a Myth. I thought she'd exploded for a minute. Life is Sweeter with a Dancet record player. Frank Highfield shoots towards number 1. Helen Shapiro, Eden Kane. So that was November. Now, Cliff Adams, Springfield's, Cliff Richard there obviously. We're all going on a summer holiday. Rip. Cliff Richard's next time is a 2-timer. Ray Charles there, Connie Francis, Kenny Lynch. New honours for Cliff, Frank Highfield, Springfield's. Aladdin Faye talked about his 16 singles. Dance On, The Shadows. Do, 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 do. I want to sing it. I can almost play that on guitar. Almost. Elvis, Cliff, Shadows. Dance On, yeah. Return to Sender. Which side of Ray's disc gets you going? Connie's Best for Ages, Like I Do. A Cockney Christmas, Dick Emery. Tornadoes top US chart. Eddie Tillotson Rogers. Rolf, another name shall be not mentioned. Joe Loss. Bit of damage here in the corner. Fine, you can see that. Rip there. Cliff versus Elvis again. Early discs worry Brenda Lee. Anne Shelton. Adam Faith. Cliff, Shadows, Connie Francis. Do I sound like I'm getting tired? I am. Patsy Cline. Susan Morn. Joe Loss. Cliff Richard. Diamonds. Jet Harris and Tony Meehan. Cliff Summer Holiday Preview. Oh, that one's pretty badly damaged there, I'm afraid. Yes, so bear that in mind. Remind me on and I'll knock a bit off for that, obviously. But still, worth keeping, worth selling to somebody, I think. And well loved, shall we say. David Dawn, behind the scenes at the Alan Haven, Dorothy Squires, Are You, Jess Conrad, and his reminds me of a Monty Python sketch, The Dancing Teeth, Jess Conrad and the Dancing Teeth. Richard sells 250,000 in a week, tour dates, 15 songs in summer holiday. Telstar follow up out next week. Little did they know he would never get paid for Telstar and would end up killing himself. Joe Meek. Joe Brown's stage act for LP. Shane Fenton joins Tommy Steele film. Frank Highfield joins Elvis Cliff as bestseller star. Frankie Vaughan's debut success. There are too many articles crammed into each centre page. Cliff Richard. The stars look towards 1963. Just imagine 1963 being the future, and now it's just a distant past. Oh, well, there you go. Al McCogan. And that was, my friends, that was December 1962. Let's put those all back in order if I can. So thank you for watching this. This has been quite a long video, I suppose, so I'll upload this and I'll delay uploading anymore because it takes a while to record all this. Quite a lot of effort, you know, but I'm doing it, you know, for the best possible reasons. Not wasting your time, I'm just trying to share what we've got to sell and give prospective buyers a chance to look at what they're buying without taking any chances. And I will take things back if anything's been misdescribed or anything like that. I'm doing my best to make sure we don't encounter such problems, so that's why I want you to see these things first. Okay, so that's a typical example anyway. They get better from there anyway, quality wise, I mean condition wise, etc. Thank you for watching so far. I'm Steve.